Hello and welcome to your Katie Bell Physiotherapy and Wellness Stretch and Relax session. Today you don't need much equipment apart from a cushion or two and maybe a blanket if you're cold as we do our relaxation. We're going to be using the cushions or blankets as support and we're going to be starting first of all in a position of relaxation. So I'm going to stay in sitting so I can speak to you, but if you'd like to come and lie down or sit in a chair or maybe you prefer to sit on a gym ball or something like that, I want you to be in a position where you're not conscious of your body, you're not worried about what position you've got to move into next. But we're going to start with just a short relaxation before we come into some of our mobility exercises. So for me, I've got a nice comfortable cushion here. I'm going to come and sit on this so I don't feel distracted. And once you come into the position of choice for you, just stay here for 10 seconds and just see if you can let go of your body. Feeling it just weigh into the support beneath you, whether that's sitting or laying. You may prefer to roll over onto your side or even lay on your front, whatever feels most natural to you. And as you lay here, just let yourself count to 10, feeling the reaction in your body to this position of rest. You may notice around now you're becoming distracted by something. Maybe it's the temperature of the room. It may be a job that you've not completed, or it may be the position you're in. If you feel that you can't continue and switch off from those, just turn your attention to them, either changing your position or writing down the job you need to do, or adjusting your clothes. Great. Now that's out of the way. Let's allow ourselves just to focus on our mat space. So whether you're using a rug on the floor or a Pilates or yoga mat, I want you just to draw your attention to the corners of where you are. So if you're sat on a chair, imagine the four corners of the seat. If you're laid on the floor, on a blanket or a mat, just turn your attention to the four corners. Now we know that those four corners are physically a distance apart from each other. But today we're going to be using our breath and our movement to work with those four corners as we bring them in and close to us to connect to our breathing, slowing our body down, connecting with our movement, but also expanding them out, creating more space for ourselves, stepping away from everything that's been going on. So before we start into any movement at all, thinking of these four corners, I want you to think about how life is feeling right now. Does it feel really tight and restrictive? Are you craving more space and more openness? Are you wanting to expand those four corners? Alternatively, you may feel like life is running away from you, or there's just too much going on, and you want to draw those corners in, creating a sense of safety, connection. So just acknowledge where life is at right now for you. And sometimes, if life is maybe getting away from us or worrying us or challenging us, part of the worry, the stress that responds in us is actually us fighting against that. So I want you just to take the sting out of any resistance that you're feeling right now. And whatever it is that's popped into your mind. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a situation. I just want you to sit down face to face with that. If you can, allow yourself to sit closely by it, not pushing it away, not trying to meddle with it, just letting it be. You may notice when you stop trying to push it away or correct it or fix it. You may notice how your breath or your body or even your mind just softens slightly. Acknowledging its existence, acknowledging it for whatever you feel about it, allows you to actually see what's going on. So now imagining that thing. Think of the four corners of your chair or your mat space again. From the friendliest, most gentle place, decide what that situation, that person, or that issue might need. Do you want to gather in the corners of the space around you? Simplify and draw in. Bringing whatever that is close. Giving it support. Giving it grace. Or maybe you need to give more breathing space and you want to expand the four corners. Allowing some distance, allowing some separation from you and that thing. So you're using your breath now. On that out breath, imagine the four corners either drawing you in or the out breath expanding and opening, giving you breathing space. Each out breath gently nudges you in the direction that you're craving. And if you're not sure yet, just be there exactly as you are, trying not to rush ahead or into the past. If you can, just stare that thing, that problem, that person right in the face. Seeing it in a new light, without the sting, the anxiety. Allowing that breath to either bring you into the stillness with that thing, into a space and expansiveness, or drawing you close and connecting you. So now that we have brought our pleasures either close or released, going to start moving and connecting with our body. So whichever position you're in, I want you to interlace your fingers. Turn your palms away from your chest, stretching your arms out, either in front of you, across the room, or up towards the ceiling. On your next out breath, just soften those hands back down, either into your lap or onto your tummy. Allowing your shoulders to soften, your jaw to soften. On your next out breath, move again, turning the palms away, sending the palms away from your body. And as you do this, push your hands a little bit further so that your shoulder blades sweep around your body and you gently feel the back of the body open. Breathing into the shoulder blades and out through the palms of the hands. In through the shoulder blades and out through the palms of the hands. One more breath cycle. When you finish that breath cycle again, soften. You may like to bring your chin to your chest and roll the head back up, or gently turn the head side to side. We're not forcing into the end of the movement. Using the movement to massage the neck. Whichever your position is right now, if you can and it's appropriate for you, I'd like you to come and lay down on your mat, on your back. So taking a cushion or a block behind your head or one underneath your knees if you prefer. Just slide yourself onto your back from the position of rest that you were in. I'm going to start with a long sweep of the arms. So exhaling, sweep those hands all the way up to the top of your mat, taking a breath in. And then exhaling, sweeping back down. Immediately going back up again. You're reaching up to that breath in. And grounding back down with that out breath. If you've stayed in sitting, you can still perform this movement. And if at any time you're not happy with your movements, feel free to stop and wait until you're happy to join back in again. And the next one. We're going to take a long reach through our arms, interlacing our fingers and turning our palms away above our head. Simultaneously, we're going to bring our legs together and stretch our toes away from us. As I do this, I'm keeping my spine grounded into the mat, not letting my spine overly arch, but sending effort down into my toes and out through the palms of my hands. One more breath in here. And as I breathe out, I'm going to bring my arms nice and wide into a circle, sliding one leg in at a time and bringing my knees into my chest, gently hugging the knees in towards the tummy. Feel free to adapt the knee position as feels comfortable for you. Feel the body just connect. Again, on your next exhale, release one leg at a time, arms interlace, and up we go, nice and long, stretching away. Create space in the middle of the body, imagining the joints opening. And then on your next out breath, sweep the hands wide, bringing one leg in at a time towards your body, hugging the knees in. If you're comfortable to, you might like to bring your head off the mat, looking at your tummy, hugging the knees in, rounding the spine. On your next out breath, let's repeat again. One leg at a time, stretches out, arms stretch away. As you do this, imagine the four corners of your mat or your chair are stretching and opening. You're creating space. You're changing your perspective. Looking at whatever consumed your mind from a different angle. As we exhale, let's sweep those arms wide, catching one knee at a time towards our tummy. Now hug in. Bring whatever it is that was on your mind, bring it in close. Don't resist it. Just allow it to sit next to you. Try and diffuse it with the softness of your breath. Exhaling, release one leg at a time, stretching those arms long for the last time. Taking a deep breath in and out. Allow yourself just to release what that was. Create space. Let go. Open yourself up to different perspectives. Allow your mind to offer whatever it might be thinking. On your next out breath, let's sweep those arms wide again. Last time, catching those knees, drawing ourselves in, and again, accepting, sitting close to, and drawing into whatever is on your mind. Notice how your spine and your hips have softened. Notice how you reduce that resistance. When you're ready, exhale, release one leg at a time down into the mat. And again, allow yourself just to release into this position. If you are still sat on the chair, allow yourself to sit back. Allow the chair to fully support you. Resting the hands and allowing the palms to turn up. Imagine yourself suspended between those two places, a great expanse, an opportunity, also the opposite of that connection, that drawing in, coming in on yourself. Sit here, laying, allowing yourself to be suspended between those two places. Just notice if your heart or your mind naturally wants to draw you back to one of those places. On your next out breath, bring your attention back to your body. We're going to draw our left knee up towards us, catching it with our hands. So if you're sitting, you can stay with your back against the chair. Hugging that knee in as close as feels appropriate for you. Start by drawing it in towards your body. Feeling the back of the hip very gently open. Now soften that pressure. Placing your hands on the top of the knee, allow yourself to push down into the knee, as if you're pushing your thigh bone down into the hip socket. In this position here, keeping that pressure down, gently bring the knee in again, and see if that's changed anything for you around your hip. Keep driving your hands down into the knee, pushing the thigh down into the hip joint. Ready, gently release. This time, allow yourself to pull down into that knee, bringing the leg down into the hip socket And this time just gently circle. Keeping that gentle push down into the hip. Now take yourself on a little figure of 8, softening that pressure downwards, but instead allowing yourself to mobilise the hip. You may prefer to cradle around the back of the thigh. One more time in that figure of 8. Now, if it feels okay for you and you're in laying, let's bring that knee across the body. So I'm drawing the knee across to the right hand side, allowing the shoulder to stay onto the floor. If I was in sitting, I would hug the knee up and across to my right shoulder. Feeling the stretch across the leg and the hip and into the lower back. Going as far as feels appropriate for me. As you breathe out, let's bring that knee back across to the centre and gently slide it down into the mat. Before you bring the other leg up, just pause for a moment. Again, just noticing how that leg feels compared to the other side. And then on your next out breath, bring the other leg in, drawing the leg close as feels comfortable and appropriate for you. Knee hugging towards the chest. Keeping a gentle pull towards your body. On your next out breath, release. Moving your hands now onto the top of the knee joint and pressing down that right leg. Feeling the leg move very slightly into the hip. You might feel a little bit more pressure into the floor beneath you or into the joint itself. So as you do that, you can just gently bring your leg closer in, keeping that pressure down the line of the leg and noticing what difference that makes. When you're ready, release. And on your last time, let's press down and take that leg into a little circle, gradually working into a figure of 8, keeping the pressure down. When you're ready, release a bit of that pressure, allow yourself to have a bit more freedom into that figure of 8. Allowing that right leg just to loosen. And then when you're ready, bringing that right leg across the body, leaving your shoulder down onto the floor. Allowing a stretch to happen around the hip, around into the lower back. One more breath cycle here. And then when you're ready, release that leg, allow yourself to come back down to the floor. And laying here now, if you're comfortable to, and you haven't already, kind of lay onto your back on the mat. Again, checking in with your breathing. Palms facing up, shoulders soft and open, jaw release. As you do this, just notice, do you prefer the idea of drawing the four corners of your mat in, closing in, bringing more connection? Or are you looking for your body to open, that mat to expand and create more space? Whichever it is, allow the breath just to move your attention to that feeling of either open expanse or connection in. And then when you're ready, let's slide one leg in at a time so the soles of the feet are grounded into the floor and the palms are resting down into the floor also. Stepping your feet out towards the edge of your mat or about shoulder width apart. Moving as feels okay for your hips. Allow both knees to spiral to the left hand side, taking a breath in. And then exhale, spiral them to the right hand side. So you'll notice one knee rolls out and one knee rolls in. Exhaling and switch. Pause for that in-breath. And then exhale to swap. If you're happy to, you might like to stretch your arms out into a crucifix position. Seeing if you can just let go and stay here for a few breath cycles in each position. If you need to adjust your position at your hip, let go of any grip or tension and then switch the opposite direction. Rolling those knees with the breath, pausing for 2 or 3 breath cycles. Make your next knee roll the last one. Don't hurry, just take your time to breathe. And when you finish that, roll the knees back to the center. This time stepping the feet narrow so the inner legs are touching and connecting. If it's comfortable to allow the ankles and the toes to come next to each other as well. We're going to bring our arms up above our chest, just interlacing our fingers gently. From here, allow yourself to bring your hands across the body to the left-hand side, keeping the hips still on the mat, taking a breath in as if you're reaching your fingertips across the room. And then exhale, roll the shoulder blades back into the mat and twist in the opposite direction. Reach the fingertips across the room, take a breath in and roll back to the center. Move at the speed of your breath. Try not to sort of force the hands to the floor, but instead imagine you're reaching towards the corner of the ceiling. Keeping the hips and the knees still. If it helps you, just very gently hold the knees together as if you're holding a piece of paper. This time as you roll to the side, hold for the breath in. Instead of bringing your hands across the centre, sweep them up and over your head, all the way around, drawing an arch over to the opposite side. Still trying to keep those hips still. Allowing the rotation, the mobility and the twist to come in the upper and mid-spine. Feeling the body opening. Feeling the shoulders mobilise, but leaving the head and the neck relaxed. Reach those fingertips along. And then sweep round. Last one here, reaching along through those fingertips. And this time bringing the hands over the centre of the body and relaxing those arms down again. Pause for a moment or two, checking in with your body. Again, noticing wherever or not you feel like you need to close in those 4 corners or expand those 4 corners. That may have changed. You may feel like you can do it more effectively, whichever was your preference. We're going to take hold of our left ankle or knee And then once we've got ourselves comfortable, we're then going to reach and take hold of the opposite side as well. So I'm either reaching inside and taking hold of my ankles, or inside and taking hold of my knees. From here, I'm just going to gently allow my lower back to soften into the mat. And let my jaw relax. And as I do this, if I'm holding my ankles, I'm going to gently draw my ankles in towards me. If I'm holding my knees, I'm going to gently draw them up and out. If this doesn't feel okay for you, allow yourself to bring your legs into parallel, or maybe just do one leg at a time. But if you can, holding either both ankles or both knees, lengthen the spine, let the spine melt into the mat, gently draw the feet towards you, letting the knees open. Feel the tailbone gently reach away from you. And let the jaw soften. When you're ready, soften and release that pressure one leg at a time. And if you need to, roll the pelvis forwards and backwards like a mini bridge. Okay. If it's appropriate for you, I want you to take your left foot and place it over your right knee. In this position here, just gently support this left knee with your left hand to stop it rolling in or out, just holding it still. From there, tilt forwards and backwards with the pelvis, feeling a stretch around the hip, around the pelvis. If this isn't appropriate for you, just hold one knee in. Again, rolling the pelvis, but not letting the leg move with you. So stabilizing this left leg. Massaging around the hip, around the pelvis and lower back with this tilt forwards and backwards. 2 more there. Now thinking where you felt you needed to stretch most in that movement, whether it was forwards with the pelvis or backwards with the pelvis. I want you now to stabilize that leg and go into that position that feels a stretch for you. For me, I feel I need to press my tailbone away from myself. I can feel a bit more of an effective stretch there than I did in the other direction. Again, exhale. See if you can just come and sit with that little bit of resistance, not working against it, but instead tuning into it. If you feel happy to continue, maintain that position and now rock both legs side to side. So I'm still stabilizing my left knee. I'm still keeping my pelvis in that slightly tilted position that felt good for me. If it's too much to coordinate all of that, just let your pelvis go into a natural position for you. Stabilize the leg and then just gently rock side to side if that feels appropriate for you. See if you can build up the range with this. Sweeping the legs side to side like windscreen wipers. And then last of all, if you can, we're going to let this left leg stay on our right leg. We're going to let it roll all the way across so we land this foot down onto the floor. If that feels too much, I want you to stay with the rock side to side. Now I've let go of my left leg with my top hand, but I could stay there if I wanted to. I am using my right hand just to support my ankle so my foot doesn't slide away. If you want to deepen this stretch, you're going to reach up with the opposite hand. So I'm reaching up with that left hand and I'm looking away from the side that I'm rotating. So just allowing the hip to open. At any point, you're very welcome to release out of this position. When you're ready, Instead of coming back the way we came, I'm going to release my hand down. I'm going to let my left leg just slide out, round, and I'm going to bring myself back through again. In this position here, center yourself onto your mat and roll your hips forwards and backwards. And just notice how your left and right side are feeling in comparison to each other. Swapping sides, taking the right foot up onto the left leg. We're going to now stabilise that knee there. I'm going to start by rolling the pelvis forwards and backwards. Working quite specifically into the deep hip rotators. This can sometimes feel a little bit strange. But if you're unsure, if you're unhappy, go back to a version that you feel happy with. Do 2 more tilts with that pelvis forwards and backwards, and then decide where your stretch, your release point was, and hold it there. Allow yourself to roll the legs to the left and the right, mobilizing down into that hip, relaxing and softening through the jaw. If this doesn't feel okay, remember you've got the choices of any of the versions we've done prior to this. 2 more of these little rocks, gradually getting bigger and bigger. And when you're ready, allow yourself to roll that foot down to the floor and just stabilise your foot with your hand. Try not to let this leg collapse. Instead, try and push the knee so the knee points up towards the ceiling. If this doesn't feel okay for you, please stay with one of the versions that you feel comfortable with. Just meeting your body rather than forcing it. You've got the choice of extending your right hand up towards the top corner of your mat and turning your head away from your legs. One more breath cycle here. And then when you're ready, release that left hand, allowing the leg to come round and back to the centre. Again, just centering the body again with some pelvic tilts, massaging the lower back. Once you feel that has softened, allow yourself to extend one leg at a time. And as you do that, cross your left leg over your right. And just allow your arms to come up either into a little stop sign, or you can tuck your hands behind your head if you feel more comfortable in that position. Sometimes this can make us feel like we're arching at the chest. So if that's the case for you, grab one of the pillows, pop them underneath the knees, just so you can keep the chest and the spine softened and relaxed into the floor. Just gently connecting those feet towards each other, so you're hooking your toes up in towards each other. Can you roll your hips left and right? As you do this, try and keep the chest and the shoulders open. Try and keep the spine relaxed. And just mobilize using those side tummy muscles. Just gradually working into the lower back. And if you can, and it doesn't make you dizzy, see if you can turn your head in the opposite direction to the way that your body is twisting. Doing 2 more in each direction. This is a nice gentle rotation exercise for the spine. That's really good for activating the deep spine muscles. So let's swap the legs now. Hook the feet again, and then when you're ready, start by rolling those legs. Rolling through the hips, and then start to turn the head in the opposite direction. Keeping the shoulders open, palms facing up, twisting into the spine. We have 2 more here in each direction. ready, let's come back to the centre, stepping the feet back to hip distance apart, releasing the hands by your side. I want you to take 2 or 3 breath cycles again, checking in. Does your mat feel too wide? Do those corners feel too big? Do you want to bring that connection in? Or are you feeling overcrowded, that you need to send those corners out? You may have noticed that the strength at which you felt that initially has softened. That whichever you were craving for or looking for has softened ever so slightly. If you have noticed that, I want you to come and sit in your mind with whatever it was that was on your mind to start with. Come and see if you can sit a little bit closer to that thing, that person, that concern. Come and see if you can sit quietly next to it without trying to force it away or cling on to it. What do you notice? What do you see? What do you feel? In your own time, I want to come and roll over onto your side. I'm going to come over onto my left hand side, still keeping my head block and cushion in place and stretching my arms out in front of me. I'm going to just connect my knees and my heels towards each other, like they're gently hugging towards each other, and moving my legs backwards in line with my body. As I squeeze my heels and my knees very slightly together, I can feel a little connection, a length go through my spine. Taking my right hand now, I'm going to slide it and reach it towards the front of the mat, along the floor. And then I'm going to slide it back, sliding it up my hand, allowing my body to roll away. I'm not actually bending the elbow. And again, I'm going to slide my fingers away, taking a breath in. And again, sliding, rolling, looking up towards the sky. Again, down we come, connecting into the floor, into the mat, feeling grounded. And then rolling back, opening up our gaze towards the ceiling. Let's let our arms float into that now. So slide the fingers along the floor. When you can't go any further, reach just off the floor, taking a breath in. Now breathe out, slide the hand back of the arm. When you can't go any further, let the arm drift and open. You're opening it up, feeling the chest lift towards the front of the room. Exhale, coming back down again, sliding forwards on the floor, take a breath in. Float the hand into the sky. And then connect back down, sliding the hand up the arm, opening, lifting through those fingertips. Again, just casting your mind as you do this, as you slide forwards and float the fingertips off the floor, connect into whatever you were thinking about. Take hold of it gently. Then exhale, and as you float up with that hand and open the chest, release whatever it is. Create more space for it. Don't hold on. Last time. Hand slides along the floor, reaches nice and long, lift just off. Take a breath in, connect into whatever it is. And then exhale, slide the hand opening up the chest, reaching the fingertips apart. Allow more space. Allow that breath to meet whatever you're feeling, and then relaxing back down again. From here, I'm going to take my underneath hand and tuck it underneath my ear. I'm going to take my feet behind me so I'm in a straight line. And then I have a hand on the floor and a hand on my hip. I'm going to start rolling my legs forward. So I rotate forwards with my hips, but my shoulders stay as open as I can. And then I rotate back the other way. So I'm staying still with my shoulders. And I'm rolling again, creating this little bit of rotation in the spine. Lifting with the feet, using the side of the body to make this happen. If you don't like going forwards, or you don't like going back for whatever reason, just stay in the range that feels okay for you. Rotating, twisting. Connecting into this core, not just forcing, we're not just trying to move further, we're trying to create better movement. So I'm keeping these knees back in line with my body, trying not to let them creep forwards and tuck in towards me. Last one, forwards and backwards with those legs. And then when you're ready, release. Popping those hands down. I'm going to bring myself over into hands and knees and ground my hands, the front of my feet and my knees into the floor. As I do this, I feel my spine is suspended. I'm not slumped or fixed. I'm going to start by sending a ripple through my spine. So I'm going to exhale, tuck my tailbone under, rounding the lower back, all the way up to the top of the shoulders and letting the head softly drape. Holding there for a breath in. Breathing out, pushing myself back into a shell stretch. And as I do that, I reach my fingertips long, walking them up the mat. I feel my hips sit back towards my heels, my fingertips going long. As I exhale, I slide forwards into a puppy stretch. Heart is down low, fingertips are going long. If you prefer, take your elbows out wide. And then exhale, let's toughen round the spine, bringing the hands back underneath us, letting the head drape. Exhale, and to roll back into that shell stretch. So allow yourself just to connect in. Draw those four corners of the mat in. Imagine your mat shrinks as you go into your shell stretch. Now exhale, slide forward, stretch those four corners out as you stretch the body forwards into your puppy stretch. This might feel a more intense stretch. Maybe be thinking about our traffic lights. We're out of green, we're maybe going into an amber. We're not feeling any red warning signs in any of our joints. Let's exhale, round the spine, draw ourselves back up, lifting softly through the spine. And just bring yourself between those two places. Just sit in the centre, both in your mind and with your body. Keep the curve in the spine, exhale, ground yourself back into your heels, connect yourself down into whatever it is that you've been thinking about. Get closer to it. Allow yourself to get completely comfortable with whatever it is. Not fighting against it. And as you exhale, slide forwards. Imagine stretching out, creating more space, more options, more possibility. Lifting up through the hips, through the tailbone, long through those fingertips. And then when you're ready, exhale, rounding up into that cat stretch. Come to yourself to be grounded. Settling into that moment. Ground down into the hands, into the knees, into the shins. When you're ready on your next out breath, melt the spine back to neutral, shoulders away from ears, jaws relaxed, chest soft, core soft. If you've got your eyes closed, feel free to stay in that position and then move onto your opposite side, so down to your right shoulder. If you prefer, open your eyes, move yourself around. We're going to bring our cushion with us over to the other side, and we're going to come onto our side arm movements. So just come through gently, bringing yourself down onto that shoulder, setting yourself up so that your heels and your knees are gently squeezing, connecting. Just imagine you're holding a piece of paper, and let's stretch our arms out in front of us. Let's start sliding the hands. So we're going to slide the hand forwards along the floor, allowing the shoulders to round. Connect the palm into the floor. And then slide the hand back, keeping the arm straight, but letting the chest rotate, looking up towards the sky. Exhale, sliding forwards, go on, reach, 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 take a breath in. And exhale, slide back, rotating, opening up through the chest, breath in. And again, slide, breath in. And slide, hold, breath in. Do one more in each direction, creating mobility through the spine. And slide. This time, let's slide, float, and lift through those fingertips. Hold for the breath in. Float down, slide. As the arm reaches its limit, the chest opens, fingertips reach to the corner of the room. Keep gently squeezing the knees, allowing the chest to open. Imagine it just lifting slightly. Now exhale, sweep back down, slide the hand along the floor, reaching, lifting up. Imagine yourself connecting into that issue, that thought, that person, whatever it is. Exhale down, opening up now, create space, lift long through the spine, create all the openness that you can think of. One more time, hand comes down, slide and reach, ground down, come in, connect. Now exhale down, rotate the body, opening the chest. Feel the lightness, feel the space. And when you're ready, let's bring those hands back down again. I'm going to take my underneath hand, tuck it here underneath my ear, looking just very gently up towards the sky, sending my legs behind me. Now from here I'm going to rotate the feet up, and then I'm going to rotate them the other way. As I do that, I try not to roll with it. I'm going to try and keep my upper body nice and still. Rolling the lower body, keeping the chest, the shoulders as still as possible. If your hip feels uncomfortable, feel free to put a blanket or a cushion here underneath that hip joint. If it's feeling too uncomfortable on the floor, let's do 2 more of these. Go on, keep forward, keep forward, keep forward. Last one. And when you're ready, release that. Allow the arms to come out, connecting yourself to a comfortable position. If laying in this position doesn't feel right for you, please come onto your back, or if you prefer, come up into sitting with or without your cushion. Allow yourself again, just like you did at the beginning, to come to a position of rest. Become aware of all of the support coming up into your body, whether that's up through your hips or your shoulders, your feet. And allow yourself just to be here for 10 or 20 seconds. Give time for your body to tell you how it's feeling. What's it noticing? What does it feel? If you need to, feel free to adjust your clothing or change positions. And then when you're ready, come back to your breath. Taking a deep breath in and long breath out. And again, deep breath in and long breath out. Let your breath just return to its natural pace now. Allowing it to settle to whatever feels comfortable for you. Noticing the four corners of your mat or your chair again. Just notice whether or not they feel the same distance from each other as they did at the beginning of the session. Maybe you feel like those four corners have just connected in a little bit. Maybe you feel you've created some more space. You may even feel more connected, or what we call grounded, which just means present, it means aware. You don't feel distracted. You're just conscious of where you are and how you feel. Notice how all the twisting and rotation movements you've done today have changed how the hips and the body feels. How it's stimulated your body, stimulated your breathing, and also your thinking. So as you lay here or sit, become aware of how your perspective, thoughts, or mood has changed. And as we said, just become grounded, so become aware. Just allow yourself to hear what you're thinking. If you're not sure, just pause for a moment. Tell yourself that you're open to hear whatever it is. As you notice that feeling or thought, see if you can do it without judgment or being overly ambitious. Just listen to that thought. Sit with it. Create space for it, but connect into it as well. Allow yourself to revisit that thought or that feeling over the next 24 hours and see how it evolves for you. If you'd like to, feel free to stay here in your chair or on your mat for as long as you need to. using any of the breathing exercises or visualizations